Welcome everybody to our Monday night empowerment session where we are going to be talking about Moringa. It's an adaptogen that we added to our most recent product launch, which was the Solle Royal. And we're going to talk about how it is an adaptogenic superfood. But before going further, I just want to remind you that if you would like to continue to get text reminders, or maybe you're new to this broadcast and like to get text reminders with the links to the presentations and links to recordings from past presentations, all you need to do is text the word learn to 1-866-256-1970, and that would allow you to join us live. So without further ado, let's hear a little bit about what Solle Royal, which has the Moringa in it, how it has benefited this woman.
Thank you so much, Valerie, for reaching out and asking about my awesome experiences with Solle Royal. As a matter of fact, Craig and I both started taking it when we got it the 1st of January. And so after 25 days, I started noticing like some remarkable stuff. And you would think after being with Solle products for 10 years that something wouldn't just like stand out. But we were experiencing more energy, and I am getting the deepest sleeps at night. But the crazy thing too is I've been watching Craig is he's 67 years old and he's tired and he works hard, but the amount of energy it's given him to push through the day with a happy face, a happy attitude. This stuff literally is royal. It's royal gold, not royal purple. Love the taste, love the way it blends with our protein drinks and the other drinks. And I'm still in awe, and it's fascinating. And I can't wait for the next couple months to see what it does for the hair, skin, and nails. It's off the chain awesome. And if I had to pick one go-to, that would be my first choice.
So I want to include this testimony because I want you to notice the different benefits that Chris was talking about. And yes, we took special care, as we do with all our formulas, as to what plants we chose to put in this. But I want you to notice how many of these might actually be tied to our Moringa. So beautiful, beautiful leaves here on this tree. But Moringa has adaptogenic properties. That would account for the mood changes that Chris was saying. It also, in Craig, it also can account for energy, because remember, adaptogens help bring the body into balance. So if we're dealing with fatigue, then it can help scale things up. Moringa is also known for how it supports the ability of the body to receive and utilize insulin, so that when we have fluctuations in our blood sugar, it actually helps support the body to be able to utilize that insulin. Because after a while, as we age, if we have that type of an issue ongoing for a long period of time, our body can stop responding so much and causes more and more health issues in that area. So if we get our insulin being able to utilize better, then that's going to work for energy, mood as well. Now, quercetin is in this. Quercetin has been in the alternative news a lot for how it helps support the immune system and how it can help with a histamine response. And it also is going to support, like I've got written here, capillaries and connective tissue support. It's going to help with bruising. I'm a person that bruises pretty easily. When I take the Solle Royal, I notice a significant difference in how that is being impacted by body. And of course, we also have all the added vitamin C in that formula as well, because of how it helps support collagen growth. Now, this is pretty impressive to me. Moringa has over 90 vitamins and minerals, including all the vitamins from A through K. That is a lot. And that's one of the reasons, just one of the reasons that they reference this as a adaptogenic superfood. There are 46 active antioxidants. Now remember, antioxidant is basically what helps to prevent your body from rusting. So getting this into that formula, you can see how this would have, well, let's just call it anti-aging impact, because we're stopping the internal rusting of our body. And when something gets rusted, of course, it stops being able to function as well. It starts to fall apart. So I'd say that this is a good benefit to have this in there. Has 36 anti-inflammatory compounds. Again, this is looking quite impressive with all the powers and potential that this one plant has. It also has all your essential fatty acids, meaning they're essential to have in your diet. We have to have those in there. And because we can't manufacture all of them. And then it's got your omegas 3, 6, and 9. So it's getting more and more impressive. And then finally, and again, this is just kind of a Cliff Notes version, has bioavailable calcium, chromium, copper, iron, magnesium, manganese, molybdenum, selenium, and zinc. And so I use the term bioavailable for a reason. When something is bioavailable, it means we can use it. You can see supplements all the time that say it's got X amount of calcium or X amount of selenium, but that doesn't necessarily mean your body can use it. When it's in the form that it is in the Moringa, our body can take it and use it. So it doesn't just end up taking space and with hopes that the body has of being able to use it. Another good way to reference this would be the body will grab something that looks like, let's say it's a synthetic form of calcium or a non-user-friendly form of calcium. It's going to grab it, it's going to hold on to it, it's going to store it for when it can use it in hopes that it can. But if it can't use it, then it just takes up space. When it gets a bioavailable form, not only does it use it, but whatever it wants to store, it kicks that other version out of the system. It releases it from that placeholder and replaces it with the bioavailable form. So something being bioavailable is very important. Now, this is another part of the wow factor. It has 4 times the amount of vitamin A as what you find in carrots, 3 times the amount of potassium that you find in banana, 4 times the amount of calcium in cow's milk, and 7 times the amount of vitamin C in oranges. This is just in Moringa, guys. And again, Moringa is in our Solle Royal formula. I mean, how many people, especially women as we age, we have calcium on our mind. Oh my goodness, how much am I getting of calcium? And I will tell you, not only now, and then when I was pregnant with all my kids, I could never look and go, oh, I knew exactly, how many milligrams of calcium I was taking, because I always took it in the form of a plant that would be very high in calcium, which meant I could use it better. And I never had any issues with the health of the babies or issues with development and pregnancy. And I don't have any issues whatsoever with osteoporosis or bone density as I age, and I'll be 58 in September. It all has to do with the form that it's in. So you can see now why it is often referred to as a superfood. So let's get a little bit more into some of the benefits in our little highlighted version that we're doing here. We talked a little bit about being anti-inflammatory, but it also has antibacterial properties. So when might this be beneficial? Well, when do we get inflammation? When we have something out of balance, when we have an injury, when the body's trying to protect itself from something, and being inflamed is an indicator that there's an underlying issue. Well, with this superfood density that we have in this plant, it naturally brings to the table things that allow it to be anti-inflammatory. Vitamin C, for an example, that works as an anti-inflammatory on its own. It also is very strong in helping fight bacteria. So you can see why it would have this benefit listed. We also talked about blood sugar support. Well, we also have antiviral support. So you're starting to get even a more broad picture. And remember, adaptogens are something that are safe to use regardless of our age or condition. And this is, as we get deeper and deeper in this, you're going to see so many different properties that underscore these adaptogenic potential here. It's so fatigue. We heard in the testimony how it helped with energy. Well, Moringa also has antiparasitic properties. I mean, this is looking more and more exciting. Joint pain. We have got so many people now who are out of joint pain I'm one in particular. Many of you have heard my testimony about how the Royal got rid of all the foot pain that I had started developing about a year and a half ago. It has been gone, completely gone, since 2 weeks into using that formula. Is it the Moringa? I have no doubt Moringa is playing a big role in it, but it's also the combined synergy, which synergy, if you don't remember, it means that the in sum is greater than the parts. So 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 anymore. 1 + 1 = 3. So that whole synergy of all that has resulted in a loss of joint pain. And then supporting skin health. We've seen benefits, and the Moringa is known for benefits with allergies and asthma, mood support, digestive health. In collagen, which is very important to the gut health, remember that Moringa is in our formula that is designed to support collagen building in the body. It has many other benefits, but that is the general idea that we had in mind when we put this formula together. Well, if we're supporting gut health in general, in this case, we're looking at, you could be dealing with bacterial issues in the digestive system. You could be dealing with not having enough peristalsis so that the bowels move through, because maybe someone's been dealing with constipation. Maybe they've been dealing with the other extreme, which is diarrhea. This helps to rein it in and underscore that balance that needs to be there. We talked about the anti-aging properties because of all the antioxidants as well. Brain health. There are, because we have all those essential amino acids, it helps the brain to fire better. Plus the fact that the blood sugar helps, when you have that balance, the brain fires better as well. So just those two components help. Well, now let's look at the anti-inflammatory. If someone's had a brain injury, or maybe they're dealing with enough blood sugar being out of balance that's caused inflammation in the brain, then the brain won't fire as well. You'll go to look to retrieve a word or an idea, and you won't be able to pull it up. So coming in supporting the brain health is going to be important as well. We've seen Moringa work with chronic headaches. It also comes in and it supports the heart. By supporting the heart, it also helps to balance out blood sugar, to bring it into to balance, whether it's too high or too low. But also remember, other things that impact blood pressure is going to be blood sugar. So I just want you to see how all these things tie into each other. It's not one area that makes all the difference. Again, it's that whole combined picture. This is why when we use the whole plant, we get so many other benefits, because science cannot break down and understand all the reasons that plants get the results that they do. They can isolate elements, just like we were looking at the amount of vitamin C and the essential amino acids and then the omegas, but it's bigger than that. The whole part is bigger than the individuals put together. So we've got on here that also has been known to help benefit edema. So another reason the body can hold on to water or create swelling, again, is inflammation. You're going to see that this also supports kidneys. So if we're supporting the kidneys and helping it to work better, then the body can also be more efficient at receiving or removing extra water out of the system. Again, so many different things tied to this. So one of the things that's exciting to me is we can look and go, oh, so we've got joint pain, so it helps to remove that inflammation from there, and then the kidneys can help flush those toxins out, and same with the digestive tract. It all works together. By supporting the thyroid, we know that's going to come in and help support balancing the hormones. Now the thyroid and the heart and the adrenals all have a unique connection as well. So indirectly, by supporting the thyroid, we're also helping the adrenals to not be overwhelmed as much, which means that we're going to deal with stress better. And then finally, again, just what I already referenced, balancing the hormones. This is a lot of amazing benefits. And I know that this is not all inclusive. This is in general what most people see results with. Moringa is an amazing, amazing adaptogenic superfood. And it is something that I'm so excited that we have in the Solle Royal formula. So because again, this formula right now, we only have Moringa's only in the Solle Royal. I want to share another amazing story of the benefits have been received by this formula.
Hey everybody, my name is Debbie. This is my Solle Royal story. My friend Valerie Bledsoe has known me for quite a few years. For those of you who don't know, I've had a couple of accidents, horse riding accidents or snowmobiling accidents too. So 5 surgeries later, and a lot of years after, I developed arthritis in my right shoulder and in both my knees, because I've had 3 knee surgeries, 2 shoulder surgeries from those accidents. And I've been a faithful Solle user and natural supplements user for over 30 years and started to develop this arthritis. And so while I have been using great supplements to manage pain, I've never really been able to increase my flexibility or my ability to walk. Case in point, I have 2 sweet senior dogs who love to go walking. And it got to the point where I really wasn't walking very far and it was just too painful. And I started adding Solle Royal about 7 weeks ago. And I've noticed that I can move with more ease. I can walk longer distances without having to stop, and I don't cry because of pain. And that to me is just amazing. I sleep better. I just take it twice a day. I take 2 packets a day. I'll take 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. I take it with my Soul Megas and my longevity, as well as my Soulflex PI. And I really love it. And the fun part is that someone actually asked me if I had some Botox or face work done. I'm coming to you with only eyeliner today. No other makeup. That's a really cool side effect for a 62-year-old chick. I'll take it.
So Solle Royal is our formula. It has the Moringa in it. You can see, although that is only one of 13 ingredients in there, the power that that plant brings to this formula and why we have got it in the balance category, because remember, green is tied to the balance category. So it's helping work in that foundation. I have begun using collagen, the Solle Royal, with virtually every one of my initial protocols for people now. People are aware that I like the Bella Health program. Well, I've started adding the Solle Royal to that as well because it has made such a huge impact on so many people's lives. And I've got testimony after testimony at this point about the results people are feeling. And I do feel a big part of that is tied to the Moringa. So our ending quote is: the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. If you're tired of not feeling well, if you are wanting to have a more productive life, better quality of life, it's up to you. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. So take that first step, reach out to whoever invited you to watch this or whoever shared the video with you, and let them get you connected with the Solle products and get that change started in your life. So every Monday night at 6:30, I'm doing these 20-minute, kind of advanced level webinars before we go into our 7 o'clock basic one. So if you, again, would like to be on that text notification, there is the number that you text the word learn to. We would love to see you. So hopefully you will join us.